Okay, this is my attempt to refurbish a Orion reflecting telescope. And step number one is we're going to have to take off this cavity right here, which holds the primary mirror. And by the way, if anything can go wrong, this is where it'd go wrong. This is the most expensive piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take off these screws. Okay, with the Phillips head screwdriver, we'll go ahead and get those off. And I have a little dish here to put the screws in because even though I'm sure I could replace them, I don't want to have to do that. Also, the other thing I don't want to have happen either is for this to fall off the edge of the table and break, and then I'll just sit down and cry. Just kidding. Good news, all 6 screws came off, did not fall off the table. I've got the 6 screws here. Now it's the moment of truth. Time to take this off. Ooh. Lots of dust. Oh man. There's the primary mirror, and yes, it's extremely dusty. Okay, so, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there's lots of dust on it. So I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't want to spit on it, don't want anything on it. It's still in good shape. I'm just going to move this over a little bit without having this fall off. And there we go. Okay. Okay, so one of the things I'm doing is I've got the telescope here, and all I'm going to do is I just want to mark, just real quick, here and here, just so I can have it lined up. Now, I don't think it matters that much. It should be able to align, but I want to do everything I can to get it back into the original setting. And again, if I take this off, there's something else I'm going to do. So these clips right here are not screwed down the entire way. As a matter of fact, you can feel it move a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I want to, again, I'm just going to put a mark, a little mark on the side. So when I go to put it back together, I'll know where, about where the alignment is for the mirror. Okay. And finally, there's one last thing to do is this. I'm going to take a feeler gauge, and I want to figure out how much of a space is there between those clips. So I got this feeler gauge at a auto parts store, and what should happen, yeah, so I can put this in there, and I'm just going to slide these in there until I start to get a little bit of bite. Okay. Feeling just enough, right? Just enough. So I'm going to go a little bit less, actually. Okay. So let's look. So 0.305. Let's try that one. Oh yeah. Just a little friction fit. Okay. And that's what I'm going to shoot for when I put these back together. Now I'm actually going to write on here 0.305 millimeter gap. Okay. And now we're going to take these off and start cleaning. Okay, so there is one part of this I just want to be very clear with. Don't use a power drill to do this. I like to keep both hands on here because you don't want the screwdriver to slip or the screws to slip. And again, it's going to take a little bit of time. I know in this world of, I mean, slow and steady wins the race. Take your time. They're in there pretty tight. Okay, so I have it marked. I know the gap setting, the approximate gap setting. I get this one, and I know how it's going to go back in. Got all my alignment marks. Now, I'm just going to carefully, very carefully, take it out of the cell, move it over to here, and take it upstairs. We're just going to leave this right here. It's looking like it's pretty decent shape. We should be able to use that without a problem. So at this point, what I want to do is get some lukewarm water. Okay, so we're just gonna, not too hot, not too cold. If it's to the point where you need to pull your hand out, it's too hot. Okay, just lukewarm, put a little bit in. Then I'm gonna get a little bit of Dawn dish soap, or even hand soap, but I like to use Dawn dish soap. And we're talking 1 or 2 drops. That's about good enough. And then a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So we're going to take about a teaspoon or 2 of rubbing alcohol. Put that in there. There you go. So that's 9% or 70% isopropyl alcohol. My suds, stir it up a little bit, and very carefully, I'm just going to take my mirror and carefully set it in and let it go for about 5 minutes. All right, okay, so things are looking pretty good. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna gently pour off some of the water. I can see a lot of dust in there. I probably put a little too much soap. I don't want all these suds, but that's not gonna hurt it. And now, all I'm gonna do is to use a lot of cotton balls, okay? And the plan is to wipe across, flip the ball, wipe back, but we're gonna try not to touch that little spot in the center, excuse me, which is a sticker, which helps us to align it. If we do, we can fix it. I can fix it, but I prefer probably not to. So let's pour off a little more water. And I'm just going to gently wipe. I'm gonna turn it, there we go. And throw that away. And we're just gonna keep doing this. I'm in no hurry here. So we're gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna skip over now one of the things too, and I'll try and pull this up so you can see it, okay? One of the things you'll notice here, I don't wanna drop this, is it may be hard, but you can definitely see a difference. I mean, this looks much clearer than this already. I'm not sure how it was popping up in the camera, but this side, there's definitely. So the gentle cotton balls are definitely making a difference. Pour a little bit more water. There we go. I just want to be able to see this. And I jump over the center there. Flip this over. Gently go back. You can even see places that I missed. So this is really 20 years of grime. Okay, flip it over, pull it. Yeah, it's amazing. Little TLC, that's all it's gonna take. Okay. And finally, I think we're about there. Okay. I'm just gonna check. Make sure, and you can see some dirt on the cotton balls. Yeah, there you go. There's a little bit left I want to get. And do this. Because again, we won't be doing this every day. All right, now we're going to carefully, and the thing I'm going to do here, I don't have my gloves on. I want to take off my ring because I don't want to, in any way, shape, or form, scratch this thing in my. Hopefully, she get much oil or anything on it. There's a little. I think I got it pretty well. So I'm going to gently. Again, it's a little awkward to pick up, which is making me really nervous. Yeah, it's hard to. There we go. Okay. So I've got this, and I got my distilled water. And I'm going to very carefully, just very carefully, Now, and one thing too, I can say that probably helps is that we have filtered water. But we're gonna rinse this with distilled water. There we go. And last but not least, I will carefully set this on a towel. A little bit more. Okay, so I really want to try and get these little spots off. So what I'm going to do is to very carefully just do this. Okay, we'll just do this. Now, it may not be perfect, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be about 10 times better than what it was.